On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Embed.
To fix or set firmly in a surrounding mass.
Examples:
Embed scripts in the message. Embed a sensor. The company embedded a tracking code in the product's packaging to monitor its shipment.
Nation.
A large organized community of people living in a particular country or region and having a particular culture.
Examples:
Nation-state. A seafaring nation. The nation of Japan is known for its unique culture and advanced technology.
Literally.
In the real or original meaning of a word or phrase, in a literal sense or way, not figuratively.
Examples:
Translate literally. Bite his tongue literally. He literally jumped out of his chair when he heard the news.
Excite.
To make someone feel suddenly enthusiastic or eager.
Examples:
Excite the crowd. Excite rebellion. The news of her promotion excited her.
Fin.
A thin flat part on the body of a fish or other aquatic animal used for propulsion or balance.
Examples:
Back fin. A fin of a plane. The shark's powerful fins allowed it to swim at high speeds.
Vet.
Also a veterinarian, a person who has a medical degree trained to examine and take care of the health of animals.
Examples:
Vet clinic. Vet checkup. We had to take our dog to the vet because she was not feeling well.
Lifetime.
The duration of someone's life or of something's existence.
Examples:
Lifetime benefits. Lifetime ban from the sport. She had lived through 2 world wars in her lifetime.
Opportune.
Suitable or happening at a time that is suitable or convenient for a particular purpose.
Examples:
Opportune occasion. An opportune remark. The phone rang at the most opportune time.
Warrior.
A person who engaged in or experienced warfare, especially in the past.
Examples:
Armored warrior. Warrior spirit. The poem depicts the heroics of a legendary warrior.
Unfold.
To open up or spread out something that is folded or rolled up, to reveal or disclose something that was previously hidden or unknown.
Examples:
Unfold the story. Unfold the stroller. The mystery unfolded as the detectives gathered more clues.
Midnight.
The middle point of the night, Usually defined as 12 a.m. or the start of a new day.
Examples:
Midnight snack. Midnight shift. I stayed up until midnight watching my favorite movie.
Straight.
Extending or moving in one direction without bending or curving, having no deviations.
Examples:
A straight line. Straight for 2 months. He was sick for 5 straight days.
Virtually.
Almost completely.
Examples:
Virtually all countries. Virtually identical. Virtually all the parties signed the contract.
Permeable.
Capable of being penetrated, passed through, or absorbed, allowing liquids, gases, or other substances to pass through a surface or material, often with ease.
Examples:
Permeable membrane. Air permeable fabric. The soil needs to be permeable so water can easily drain through it.
Relation.
The way two persons or groups of people feel and act toward one another.
Examples:
Relation between cause and effect. Relation of inclusion. The industrial relations laws were passed with little to no alteration.
Affair.
Event, situation, or subject that is significant from a political or public perspective, a secretive or illicit sexual relationship.
Examples:
Current affairs. Domestic affairs. Some critics say this exhibition will be a big affair.
Brave.
Showing courage or fearlessness in the face of danger, difficulty, or adversity.
Examples:
Brave soldier. Brave decision. The brave firefighter rescued the family from the burning building.
Permission.
Consent or authorization given by someone in authority or by the owner of something, allowing someone to do something or allowing something to occur.
Examples:
Grant permission. Permission for permanent residence. I asked my boss for permission to leave early for a doctor's appointment.
Experiment.
The scientific test conducted to observe what happens and gain new knowledge.
Examples:
Experiment design. Series of experiments. His experiments showed highly positive results.
Fort.
A military structure designed to be defended from attack.
Examples:
An isolated fort. Fort gate. The stone fort was built to protect the city from invading forces.
Infantry.
Soldiers who fight on foot, often in organized military units, the branch of military force composed of foot soldiers.
Examples:
Infantry division, infantry training. As a member of the infantry platoon, he learned the value of teamwork and resilience.
Anaconda.
A large non-venomous snake found in South America, known for its impressive size and ability to constrict its prey.
Examples:
Anaconda habitat, giant anaconda. We encountered an enormous anaconda while exploring the Amazon rainforest.
Caveat.
A warning against certain acts, law, a formal notice filed with a court or officer to suspend a proceeding until the filer is given a hearing.
Examples:
A caveat against unfair practices. General caveat. We often ignore important caveats from nature.
Volunteer.
A person who performs or offers to perform a job or service without being paid for or forced to do.
Examples:
Seek volunteers. My volunteer work. The teachers make full use of volunteer assistance.
Hop.
To jump lightly and quickly on one foot or both feet, to move rapidly from one place to another, to travel using an aircraft, bus, etc.
Examples:
Hop on one foot. Hop from one place to another. The rabbit hopped over the fence.
Vision.
The ability to think about or see the future with imagination and intelligence, the faculty of being able to see.
Examples:
A prodigious vision. Telescopic vision. Driving is difficult for me because of my poor vision.
Hail.
To call out to someone to get their attention, often from a distance, to greet or welcome someone, especially with enthusiasm or admiration. Noun, precipitation in the form of small balls or lumps of ice that fall from the sky.
Examples:
Hail the victorious team with cheers. Hail forecast. People in the area were forced to hail a taxi due to the lack of public transportation options.
Quest.
A long or challenging search for something.
Examples:
The quest for truth. On a quest for happiness. That adventurer traveled in quest of buried treasure.
Bay.
A part of the coast that is partially enclosed by land, a compartment or section of a ship or building.
Examples:
Bay Area. The mouth of a bay. She walked along the bay and collected shells.
Colony.
A country or an area that is governed by a more powerful country that is often far away.
Examples:
Plant a colony. A colony of bacteria. The colony declared its independence and became a republic.
Clip.
A small metal or plastic device used for holding an object or objects together or in place, a short part of electronic media, either an audio clip or video clip.
Examples:
Tie clip, short video clip. He fastened some sheets of paper with a clip.
Trail.
A path or track roughly through a countryside, mountain, or forest area, often made or used for a particular purpose. Verb, to lag or linger behind.
Examples:
A warm trail. Follow the trail. The storm left a trail of destruction behind it.
Obvious.
Easy to see, discover, or understand.
Examples:
Obvious reasons. His conclusion was obvious. There are obvious differences between the two wine-producing regions.
Roll.
To move in a particular direction by turning over and over or from side to side.
Examples:
Roll a ball. Roll down his cheeks. He was exhausted and rolled into bed as soon as he got home.
Sergeant.
A rank of non-commissioned officer in the armed forces, typically above corporal, but below staff sergeant or sergeant first class.
Examples:
Police sergeant. Army sergeant. The fire department sergeant instructed the firefighters on how to tackle the blaze.
Specialize.
To become an expert in a specific career field, study, or business.
Examples:
Specialize in childcare. Specialize in market research. The restaurant has chefs who specialize in beef.
Probable.
Likely to happen or likely to be true.
Examples:
Probable outcome. Probable cause of a fire. It seems probable that he has forgotten our scheduled meeting.
Suppose.
To think that something is likely to be actual or possible.
Examples:
Suppose you're right. Suppose beforehand. What do you suppose the culprit's motive was?
Damn.
To express disapproval of or disappointment in something or someone. To condemn or to curse, a swear word, an expression of anger.
Examples:
Damn the consequences. Damn with faint praise. The company's poor financial performance is likely to damn the CEO's chances of being re-elected to the board.
Narrator.
A person who tells a story, especially in a book or film.
Examples:
First-person narrator. The narrator of the TV program. The narrator makes use of the local dialect.
Eventually.
Finally, particularly after a long time or a lot of struggle, complications, and so on.
Examples:
eventually become obsolete. Eventually succeed. The corporation eventually dominated the entire tobacco business.
Combat:
A fight or battle, usually between opposing military forces, an engagement in which opposing parties attempt to defeat each other by force.
Examples:
Combat zone. Hand-to-hand combat. The veteran was honored for his service in combat.
Instinct:
An inborn behavioral pattern that is often responsive to specific stimuli, an innate feeling that causes you to act or believe that something is true.
Examples:
Instinct for self-preservation. Aggressive instinct. When faced with a dangerous situation, his initial instinct was to flee.
Unbelievable:
Beyond belief or understanding, and extremely surprising.
Examples:
Unbelievable beauty. Cause unbelievable damage. He drinks an unbelievable amount of beer.
Crack:
To break or cause to break without dividing into separate parts. Noun, a line on the surface of something along which it is separated without breaking.
Examples:
Crack an eggshell. A crack in a board. He that would eat the kernel must crack the nut.
WAN:
Looking pale or sickly, lacking vitality or energy.
Examples:
Wan light. A wan smile. His wan complexion showed that he was feeling very ill.
Zone:
A specific area, region, or section that is marked off or defined in some way.
Examples:
Time zone. Zone defense. He was reluctant to leave his comfort zone and try something new.
Bush:
A plant growing thickly with many small branches and several stiff stems coming up from the root.
Examples:
Trees and bushes. A bush of hair. I am going to trim this bush off.
Democracy:
A form of government in which the people have the authority to deliberate and decide legislation, or to choose governing officials to do so.
Examples:
Democracy advocate. Principles of democracy. Democracy often entails inclusive capitalism as well.
Troop:
A group of soldiers, especially a large one, a group of people, animals, or things considered as a unit.
Examples:
The members of a military troop. A troop of deer. The troop of soldiers marched through the city in a parade.
Bud:
A small swelling on a plant stem or twig containing an undeveloped shoot.
Examples:
Pinch off a bud. Bud grafting. The flower was starting to show its bud and would soon bloom into a beautiful blossom.
Blacksmith.
A smith who forges and shapes iron with a hammer and anvil.
Examples:
Blacksmith welding. Blacksmith shop. The blacksmith shaped a horseshoe on his anvil.
Conversation.
An informal talk between two or more people to exchange their views, ideas, information, etc.
Examples:
Conversation in English. A friendly conversation. Your conversation reflects your thoughts.
Relate.
To establish a connection or association between two or more things. To narrate or tell about an event, experience, or relationship. To empathize or feel sympathy with someone or something.
Examples:
Relate a story. Relate a message. He tried to relate his experience to the group, but they couldn't understand.
Marine.
Relating to the sea and the creatures and plants that live there.
Examples:
Marine insurance. Variety of marine life. Seals and whales are marine animals beloved by the people.
Vista.
A pleasing or expansive view, most often of a landscape or a cityscape, a broad and extensive view or outlook.
Examples:
Vista point. Unobstructed vista. The hike to the top of the mountain offered a breathtaking vista of the surrounding valley.
Software.
A set of computer programs and associated documentation and data for doing particular computational jobs.
Examples:
Software architect. Copyrighted software. The company specializes in both hardware and software.
Highlight.
To make something prominent, mainly so that people give it more attention.
Examples:
Highlight a string in red. Highlight an important difference. The introduction highlighted the speaker's distinguished career as a consultant.
Disagree.
To have or express a different opinion, idea, etc.
Examples:
Disagree about a particular issue. Disagree with a plan. I disagree for reasons already stated above.
Uncomfortable.
Providing or feeling physical discomfort or slight pain.
Examples:
An uncomfortable silence. With an uncomfortable face. His abusive words made me uncomfortable.
Nervous.
Worried and anxious about something, relating to the nerves.
Examples:
Development of the nervous system. Get nervous. He suffers from nervous breakdowns.
Tap.
To hit someone or something quickly, gently, and often repeatedly, to use existing resources, such as energy, knowledge, etc.
Examples:
Tap a new market. Tap keyboard with an index finger. To expand the company, we must tap new human resources.
Meantime.
The interval or period of time between two events, the interim or temporary time period between two actions or stages of something else.
Examples:
Meantime report. For the meantime. In the meantime, while we wait for the results, let's start working on the next project.
Mess.
A state of confusion, dirtiness, or untidiness. Verb, to fail to do something or to make something dirty or untidy.
Examples:
Have a whole mess. Get into a mess. He made a frightful mess in his room.
Quantity.
The amount or number of something, magnitude.
Examples:
Half quantity. Residual quantity. In southward, the average annual water quantity increases.
Embark.
To go on board a ship or plane, to set out on an enterprise or subject of study, to start something.
Examples:
Embark on a trip. Embark on a foolish adventure. We embarked on a new project.
Mutual.
Common to or shared by two or more parties.
Examples:
Share of a mutual fund. Mutual efforts. They cooperated for their mutual benefit.
Unclear.
Poorly stated or described, and therefore not easy to understand, not easy to perceive.
Examples:
An unclear match. In no unclear terms. It is important not to undertake tasks with unclear objectives to improve productivity.
Christ.
The man that Christians believe is the prophet and the Son of God, and whose life and sermons form the basis for Christianity.
Examples:
Teaching of Christ. Before Christ. Christmas is the day to celebrate the birth of Christ.
Insurgent.
Rising against established authority or government, characterized by rebellion, dissent, or insurgency.
Examples:
Insurgent attack. Insurgent group. The government forces fought brutally against the insurgent rebels in the remote region.
Advantage.
A condition or circumstance that puts one in a favorable or superior position, a beneficial feature or asset that someone or something has.
Examples:
Score an advantage. Take advantage of his weak points. One of the main advantages of the new product is its increased efficiency.
Blast.
Explosion, or a strong current of air, usually caused by an explosion, a sudden, thunderous noise.
Examples:
A blast of wind. An icy blast. The blast shattered the laboratory equipment.
Heading.
A title, caption, or heading that introduces or summarizes the content of a written or printed document, the direction or course in which something is moving or heading.
Examples:
Chapter heading. Heading font. She carefully reviewed the heading of each section before diving into the research paper.
Locate.
To specify or determine the exact position of someone or something.
Examples:
Locate a missing pet. Locate a tumor. The robot can accurately locate construction material.
Bomb.
A weapon that explodes and is used to kill or injure people or to cause damage to something.
Examples:
Atomic bombs. Disarm the bomb. The use of cluster bombs is strictly prohibited by international law.
Vest.
A sleeveless garment that is usually worn over a shirt and serves either as a protective layer or as an article of clothing for extra warmth. Verb, to give or confer right, power, or authority.
Examples:
Vest him with authority. Bulletproof vest. The hiker put his map and compass in the vest pocket for easy access.
Element.
A fundamental or essential part of something.
Examples:
New design elements. Non-metallic elements. Natural selection is an essential element in Darwin's theory of evolution.
Sheriff.
In the U.S., a government official who is responsible for keeping law and order within a particular county or town.
Examples:
Sheriff court. Deputy sheriff. The sheriff kept establishing order in the town.
Mass.
A large amount of a substance with no definite shape or form, a large number of people or things grouped or crowded together.
Examples:
A mass of molten rock. Critical mass. The mass of people who do not own property is politically impotent.
Casualty.
A person who has been killed or injured in a war, accident, or other disasters, a victim.
Examples:
Civilian casualty. Military casualty. Unfortunately, the driver was the only casualty in the car accident.
Quarter.
One of 4 equal parts, a fourth part or portion.
Examples:
A quarter mile. End of the first quarter. The unemployment rate in the first quarter was 2.3 percentage points higher than in the previous.
Shrapnel.
Fragments of a bomb, shell, or other explosive object that are scattered in many directions upon detonation and can cause injury or damage.
Examples:
Shrapnel wounds. Shrapnel damage. The soldier suffered injuries from shrapnel during the explosion.
Cauterize.
To burn or sear tissue, especially for medical purposes, to stop bleeding or remove abnormal tissue.
Examples:
Cauterize the skin with moxa. Cauterize a problem. The surgical team had to cauterize the bleeding vessels to save the patient's life.
Void.
An empty space, a feeling of emptiness, adjective, lacking any legal or binding force.
Examples:
Void of expression. Void contract. The void in her heart was filled with the love of her family.
Abdominal.
Of or relating to the part of the body that contains the stomach, intestines, and other organs.
Examples:
An abdominal operation. Abdominal muscles. He felt a sharp pain in his abdominal area.
Scream.
To give a loud, high shout suddenly, especially because of fear, anger, excitement, etc., to utter or declare in a very loud voice.
Examples:
Scream a profanity. Scream at him to be quiet. She kept screaming for an ambulance.
Medic.
A person trained to provide medical care, especially in an emergency.
Examples:
Medic unit. Military medic. The army medic arrived on the scene to provide medical assistance.
Terrify.
To frighten someone very much.
Examples:
Terrify people. The threats terrify him. It would be best not to terrify your associates into doing complex tasks.
Penny.
A small denomination of currency or coin, typically the smallest unit of a currency system. In the U.S., a coin worth 1 cent.
Examples:
Penny stock. Save a penny. I found a lucky penny on the ground while walking to work this morning.
Incompetent.
Lacking the necessary skills, knowledge, or ability to perform a task or job, not legally qualified or authorized to perform a particular task or job.
Examples:
Incompetent leadership. Incompetent employee. The incompetent doctor misdiagnosed my illness and prescribed the wrong medication.
Medical.
Relating to the treatment of illness or injuries, relating to the practice of medicine.
Examples:
A medical opinion. Temporary medical treatment. The medical team worked quickly to save the patient's life.
Treatment.
The way in which someone deals with or behaves towards someone or something, medical care provided to a patient for an injury or illness.
Examples.
First aid treatment. Treatment by diet. The primary purpose of the treatment is pain relief.
Slit.
A narrow cut or opening, often made by a sharp instrument or tool. Verb, to cut or make a long, narrow opening or incision in something, typically with a sharp instrument such as a knife or scissors.
Examples.
Slit pocket. Slit the fabric. He made a small slit in the paper to fit it in the envelope.
Squad.
A small group of people organized for a particular purpose, especially a military one or a sports team.
Examples.
A bomb disposal squad. Anti-riot squad. The police department assembled a special squad to handle the situation.
Anchor.
A device, typically made of metal, that is used to moor a ship or boat in a particular place, typically by being dropped to the seabed, a central cohesive source of support and stability.
Examples.
Anchor bolt. Anchor weight. The ship dropped anchor in the bay.
Violent.
Involving or caused by physical force or aggression against someone or something.
Examples.
Victim of a violent crime. Violent incident. The protesters became violent when the police tried to disperse them.
Twin.
Either of two children born at the same time from the same mother.
Examples.
A twin lens camera. A twin room. Its twin brothers are difficult to tell apart except for their parents.
Suicide.
The act of killing yourself intentionally.
Examples.
Commit suicide. Suicide attack. In an economically prosperous country, most male suicide is due to child support problems.
Coalition.
A temporary alliance formed by two or more political parties for combined action, the state of being combined into one body.
Examples.
A three-party coalition. Coalition forces. The two largest opposition parties announced they would form a coalition in the next elections.
Exploit.
To make full use of and gain an advantage from resources, opportunities, etc.
Examples.
Exploit a security hole. Exploit a valuable opportunity. We exploit our mining resources to strengthen our national power.
Faith.
Complete trust in something or someone's ability or knowledge, a strong belief in religion, divine power, etc.
Examples:
religious faith, faith in government. He kept his robust faith in his company.
Hapless.
Having no luck, unfortunate.
Examples:
her hapless fate, hapless situation. The hapless victim had no way to defend themselves.
Jerk.
To make a sudden, sharp movement or cause something to do this.
Examples:
jerk her head back, jerk the rope. The driver suddenly jerked the steering wheel to the left to avoid hitting the deer.
Eloquent.
Able to speak or write clearly and impressively.
Examples:
an eloquent speaker, eloquent writing. She gave an eloquent speech at the graduation ceremony.
Introduction.
A preliminary explanation or remarks given before the start of a text, performance, or event, the act of bringing something new into existence or introducing something to a wider audience or new market.
Examples:
introduction education, self-introduction. The introduction to the new class was informative and engaging.
Meld.
To combine or blend, especially in a way that produces a harmonious or unified whole. To merge or fuse.
Examples:
meld business and pleasure. Meld physics with life science. The chef melded the flavors of the spice blend to create the perfect marinade.
Documentary.
A film or a radio or television program that gives facts and information about a subject, of or derived from official documents.
Examples:
a documentary film. Documentary proof. He won an award for that short documentary.
Feat.
A notable or impressive achievement, especially one that requires great skill or bravery.
Examples:
intellectual feat. Feat accomplishment. It is an incredible feat to climb Mount Everest, the highest mountain in the world.
Attach.
To fasten, join, or connect one thing to another.
Examples:
attach firmly. Attach a file to an email. He does not attach importance to these rumors.
Ping.
To make a high-pitched, ringing sound, to send a brief electronic message or signal to another computer or device to check its availability or connection status.
Examples:
ping me when you have arrived. Ping him with updates. I can ping my friend's computer to see if it's online.
Military.
Relating to or characteristic of members of the armed forces, of or relating to war or warfare.
Examples:
A military operation. A military leader. The military academy was known for its strict discipline and training.
Immediate.
Happening or done without delay or occurring shortly after something else.
Examples.
Take immediate effect. The immediate past. Both forts were subject to immediate attacks.
Immediately.
Now or without delay.
Examples.
Immediately recall a product. Write him an answer immediately. A suspension order from the court is effective immediately.
Intimacy.
Close familiarity or friendship, a close, familiar, and usually affectionate or loving personal relationship with another person.
Examples.
On terms of intimacy. Build intimacy. They were looking for intimacy in their relationship and wanted to be close to each other.
Mount.
To increase, go up, or advance gradually or continuously, to prepare and supply with the necessary equipment for execution or performance, to ride on something or someone.
Examples.
Mount a hill. Mount a counterattack. They mounted pictures on the paper in preparation for the birthday card.
Turret.
A small tower or tall structure, often found on the corner of a building, typically used for defensive purposes. A rotating armored structure on a military vehicle or ship for mounting weapons.
Examples.
Medieval turret. Turret lathe. The turret atop the castle provided a panoramic view of the surrounding area.
Dashboard.
A control panel set within the central console of a vehicle or small aircraft, a diagram that depicts critical information, typically one that provides a business overview.
Examples.
Auto dashboard. Business dashboard. He noticed that the oil warning light on the dashboard of his car had turned on.
Episode.
A happening or story that is distinctive in a series of related events, an abrupt short period during which someone suffers from the effects of a physical or mental illness.
Examples.
End of the first episode. Episode of Vertigo. I want to put that episode of my life behind me.
Journal.
A newspaper or magazine specialized in a specific topic or profession.
Examples.
Scientific journal. Journal articles. The physician is reading the journals related to medicine.
Filmmaking.
The process or art of making movies.
Examples.
Filmmaking industry. Retire from filmmaking. The history of filmmaking dates back to the late 19th century when motion pictures were first shown to audiences.
Mainstream.
The ideas, opinions, beliefs, etc., that are considered normal or accepted by most people.
Examples:
Join the mainstream. Mainstream political beliefs. His thinking is mainstream in the country's culture.
Complain.
To say dissatisfaction or annoyance about something or somebody.
Examples:
Complain about a job. Call and complain frequently. Our users are often complaining about the slow application.
Amazing.
Extremely surprising, especially in a way that you like or admire.
Examples:
Amazing advances. The most amazing feeling. The golfer recorded an amazing distance.
Polar.
Relating to, or close to, the North or South Pole, characterized by complete opposites.
Examples:
Polar bears. Polar regions. Polar animals are graceful and efficient swimmers.
Opinionated.
Holding and expressing strong and stubborn personal beliefs or opinions, often to the extent of being unwilling to consider or accept alternative viewpoints, being assertive and dogmatic in expressing one's opinions.
Examples:
Opinionated columnist. Opinionated teenager. He is opinionated on politics and will not listen to anyone else's views.
Exchange.
To give something and receive something else in return, often with the implication that the items being traded are of equal or comparable value. Noun, the act of giving or taking something in return for something else, a place or system where goods or services can be bought, sold, or traded.
Examples:
Exchange rate. Exchange a few friendly words. My sister and I frequently exchange books as we love reading.
Fiery.
Very intense, like or suggestive of fire.
Examples:
A fiery speech. A fiery sunset. He is a man of fiery temperament.
Scary.
Causing fear or fright, frightening, intimidating.
Examples:
Scary dream. Scary story. The horror movie was so scary that I couldn't watch it alone.
Disconnect.
To unfasten or disjoin something, especially to break the connection between a supply of gas, water, or electricity and a piece of equipment.
Examples:
Disconnect a plug. Disconnect the water supply. She finally decided to disconnect herself from the company.
Screening.
The process of evaluating or testing individuals or objects to determine their suitability or potential problems, a showing of a film or movie for a select group of viewers before its general release.
Examples:
Screening tool. Health screening. His company requires employees to undergo a screening process.
Inevitably.
In a manner that cannot be avoided or prevented.
Examples:
Inevitably decline with age. Inevitably reach the consumer. Because of his excellent performance, he will inevitably be promoted.
Profound.
Extremely great, sensed or experienced very strongly, displaying a high level of knowledge or comprehension.
Examples:
A profound book. The profound depths of the sea. My mother's illness had a profound impact on us all.
Spoil.
To ruin the taste, appearance, or quality of something, to become or cause something to become rotten or bad.
Examples:
Spoil a person's sport. Spoil the surprise. If you leave the milk out of the refrigerator for too long, it will spoil.
Civilian.
A person who is not a member of the military or armed forces. A person who is not a law enforcement officer or public official in a position of authority or responsibility.
Examples:
Civilian casualties. Civilian life. The Army is instructed not to target any civilians during the conflict.
Accident.
An unfortunate event, especially one causing damage or injury.
Examples:
Cause an accident. Injury in a car accident. The accident partially destroyed my vehicle.
Blink.
To shut and open the eyes quickly, to gleam or glow in a regular or intermittent way.
Examples:
Blink his eyes. Blink in astonishment. He blinked in the dazzling sunlight.
Monster.
An imaginary creature that is large and has various human and animal parts, someone or something large and powerful.
Examples:
Horde of monsters. Monster film. This car has a monster engine.
Involve.
To include or affect someone or something as a necessary part of something else.
Examples:
Involve a lot of paperwork. Involve a high degree of risk. The investigation involves several government agencies and is expected to take several months.
Necessarily.
In an essential manner, in such a way as could not be otherwise.
Examples:
Not necessarily a problem. Necessarily true. This accident was something that happened necessarily.
Charity.
An organization that helps people in need, especially by providing food, shelter, or money, a kindly and sympathetic attitude toward people.
Examples:
Charity work. Ask charity. She volunteers at a local charity every weekend to help those in need.
Dean.
A person in charge of a college, faculty, or other academic departments, tasked with overseeing its operations, policies, and staff, a senior member of a profession or organization who is highly respected for their knowledge and experience.
Examples:
Dean's List. Dean of Faculty. The university's dean was responsible for overseeing the academic programs and policies.
Sponsor.
To provide funds for a particular event, program, individual, etc., as a way of advertising.
Examples:
Sponsor a contest. Sponsor a local group. Our company sponsors numerous disabled athletes.
Operate.
To work in a particular way, to supervise something.
Examples:
Operate 24 hours a day. Manually operate a machine. This machine is too difficult to operate for me.